Okay, welcome everybody. Episode 13. 13 episodes, wow. Puff. Can you believe it?
We're punching them out pretty good. We're only in mid-November.
We've been pretty consistent. Every week we've done one, some two.
Yeah, it's been great.
Yeah. No interview last week, though. We didn't get one.
No, we're
Timing
still
did not work out.
We are still efforting. Timing's getting a little trickier, but we'll get it. We'll get it.
Yeah.
We got a couple of hot ones in the hopper.
We've got someone in the hopper, I believe, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to those. So anyway, how was your week? I haven't talked to you in a week. Where have you been this week? What rinks were you hitting?
Good week. Busy as usual. But I was at the LG on Tuesday night.
Oh, the Grossman.
Some people might know it as Larry Grossman. First time there as a spectator. I'd coached a few games there. But Barrett's team usually plays Forest Hill on Tuesday nights, and most of the time I'm working on a Tuesday night. Okay. So this Tuesday night I was off. They were playing there, so I got to watch a game. Nice barn. I like the stands. Only problem is tough to see the near far corner.
Yeah, and you walk under the stands there. You walk under.
There is a walk under or a walk in front.
Or you pick a choice. Either. Yeah, choose in or out. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, but
and the snack bar at the end.
A little bit of ways, yeah. I didn't even bother heading that way. Austin was frequenting the snack bar. I gave him some money, and he was back and forth getting gumballs. So
it's like milk in a grocery store with their strategy. You know, we need you to walk through the whole place to go get it. You know,
exactly. They're not fools.
Sweet. So, and the games were well. So you're up at the Grossman. Anything else this week?
Grossman. Boys were playing. Barrett's team actually was playing Leaside last night at Scarborough Centennial. I was not there, but it was a live barn rink, so no problem. But shout out to the 2010 Leaside AA team. They are going through it right now. I think they got 5 kids on long-term injuries. Ooh. So they are playing with a short bench, and they battled hard last night. I think with 3-2 final for us, but they competed hard. Those kids are playing a lot of hockey that are healthy, and hopefully they get healthy and back and at it soon enough.
Yeah, it's nice to see. Sometimes when you're down like that, I notice the teams, like even on power plays, just in general, they fight just a little extra harder. So when you have a short team because of sickness and illness, good on the boys. Good on them.
Yeah, good for them.
Yeah.
How about you? What rinks you been in?
We had a busy week. So last time I talked to you, we're heading up to the Garnet Arena. Do you know what it is? What's it called?
Garnet Williams, I think.
Garnet Williams. We were up there. That's a bit of a drive, bit of a hike for us. Yeah. It took us like 57 minutes, but we got there. It was
57 minutes.
Yeah, that's what was.
That's like cottage country.
I know. It was up there. Playing Vaughan East. We didn't play our best. And it was okay, but we won 2-1. We cranked out a win 2-1 over Vaughan East.
Nice.
It was a nice rink, though. Nice community center there. And then quite enjoyed myself there. But then we were in this Moustache Cup this weekend, and we had a weekend. We had a weekend. 6 games up at the pond. We were at the pond. I was at the pond all day Friday, all day Saturday, all day Sunday, like 3 days straight pond. Did
you go to the penalty box?
I did on Sunday morning in between games. Oh, nice. Yeah, before the second game, so Sunday lunchtime, I went in there, I guess, or maybe a little late afternoon, watched some football, did some work, had my Guinness. Actually, no, sorry, I had a Miller Lite. And but anyway, Moustache Cup, great tournament, I'll have to say, put on by the G and Movember. They had a Movember booth there. Darcy Tucker came and did signatures, so Ozzy got a signature of Darcy Tucker, and they saw lots of pictures of people participating in that. And I've noticed, we follow a bunch of hockey people like Coach Chippy or, all these guys, and they all are participating in this Movember charity.
That's perfect.
Here. Yeah, so I ended up talking to the guy there, Shane. He did a great job. Really great cause for sure for Movember. So maybe next year we'll do some Movember stuff. Well, I have to start in September, if I'm being honest with you, if I really if I want to show anything in November. But great charity. Darcy Tucker, Scotia Pond, and we had a great game. So we started a little weak. We played Kitchener Rangers. Tough game. Those were good kids, really good kids from Kitchener, from the KW, from the Tri-Cities, if you will.
Oh, nice.
And also, side note, Rangers. Everyone's
Rangers
a Ranger.
and other Rangers. But in fairness to Kitchener.
And then Oakville. Rangers. Why is, we really do need to dig in why Rangers is so popular. Everyone's a Ranger.
The Kitchener Rangers do have they have a pretty good legacy with that Rangers uniform, so they are legit. The other Rangers,
New York, but we have the Islanders. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's true.
Anyway, Rangers. And then we went on and played Duffield, had a great game against them. We played Don Mills, lost to them. Great game, though. Really great battle. And then we came back, but because that's round robin, we came back and played the next day. Everyone was in the playoffs, whatever. So we surpassed the first round. I'm drawing a blank on who we played in the first round. Oh, the Wolves,
Waterloo?
The Wolverines, maybe.
Toronto Wolverines?
Toronto Wolverines, yeah. I believe that's who it was. But then we won that one on, and then we had to play Don Mills again, who I don't know if you know.
We
love playing them. Yeah, we love playing them because it's just the boys. It's like our best games ever, and we certainly had like one of our best games ever against them. Just like the day before where we lost. Like even though we lost 2-1 the day before or 2-0, it felt like a win because the boys played so hard, and it was a really fun game to watch. And so we had another one the next day, which was great. And we also played them in the playoffs last year, so there is this sort of like rivalry. I guess we always want to beat them. They beat us 80% of the time, but anyway, we won, and so it was we won the tournament. It was really great. Yeah, everyone was really happy about it from our team. Obviously, felt bad for them, but they usually get that glory. 80% of the time. So we totally enjoyed it, and then we went in to play the finals against Avenue Road Ducks. And we ended up not winning that one. What a team. They have some players on that Avenue Road Ducks team.
Well, that Avenue Road team has that one kid who's unbelievable.
He's great. I believe he could play for the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Well, there's always those kids that are playing in single A, and you'll hear parents say, they should be playing triple A. Yeah. And then you'll see them or watch them and be like, well, no, they're very good for the level, but they would, they wouldn't be able to have the same success. He is the one kid I have seen who I'm like, he might be able to play AAA and be a pretty decent player. He's a very good player.
He's crazy good. And, he plays with his friends, and that's why he's on that team. And I think he's had opportunity. I don't really know the full story. That's what someone said. But, great team. They're so nice. And anyway, it was a unfortunate loss. Obviously, you want to win. But we had a great time up in the pond. We had a great time with the Moustache Cup. Great charity. And, all the games were great and all the teams. It's good. It was good. It was a great weekend. So that was it. Full of Moustache Cups.
Was there a giant mustache trophy?
Yeah, there was a trophy. It was not shaped like a mustache.
Oh,
I don't
that's
believe.
Disappointing.
We didn't get to see it. Well, I mean, I guess I saw it from a distance. But yeah, there was a trophy. They got a medal, and they did a nice ceremony. Yeah, it was great. It was really good. And I just wish the pond was a little bit you didn't have to go in. Why can't you get into the pond from the side anyway?
Yeah, they got to figure that out.
Yeah,
I think they like the big entrance. They like you walking through those.
Yeah, it's like a foyer of hockey.
Yeah, They like that. They don't like you sneaking to the side.
And I took a video of what I believe you want for your Christmas.
Oh, that would be amazing. I saw that.
Personal GTHL reserve parking spot at the front of the pond.
It's because at the pond, I'm always now stuck on that back left corner. And it's like you feel like you're at a different place. You're not even near the rink. Yeah.
So I mean, if the G's listening, Puffy,
that would be a
even
nice
for
surprise.
one game, even just a little. Yeah. Hey, you can have it for tonight.
A token for the finals, GTHL finals this coming spring. That would be amazing.
There you go.
Now, one question for you.
Oh, sure.
Now, the kids in the Moustache Cup, a little bit older, did any of them grow a mustache for the Moustache Cup?
Not on the single A Ted Reeve team, but the coach did. One of our coaches did, for sure.
Oh, nice.
Maybe others. I didn't really overly notice, but one for sure was noticeable. Mustache, Mr. Macy. He has a great stash going right now.
Nice.
But no, there was U16 and U15, 18, I guess is what it is, right? And you could start to see them all coming up that way.
That's awesome
for sure. Yeah. That what do you duster, like a duster,
nice little duster mustache.
Oh sure. So there you go. So Moustache Cup, busy weekend. It was a good weekend, and then we've got a couple games. We're back actually playing Don Mills this weekend again, oddly enough, in a regular season. So we get to see them one more time, and they will be hungry for sure.
They will be coming for you.
Oh yeah. They always do. It's never a walk in the park there. But anyway, so Puff, I also got a question over the weekend that I wanted to ask you.
Okay.
Someone said to us, hey, I was curious, maybe you could do this on your pod. You hear these stories of people buying teams or ownership, or it changed ownership and someone owns a team. And so, like, can you help educate me? Because I have no clue how that works. Can I buy a team? How much are they? Can I just make up a team and this is all meant in the G. Like, how does that work? Do you have any insight on, because you hear these things like, oh, so-and-so bought that team. And you're like, what does that mean?
Yeah, I reached out to one of my sources in the GTHL in this kind of world. I think a lot of the teams are nonprofit and that have been around for a while. They're run more by, it's not, I wouldn't say a board, but it's a few people. And it's not really, they're not selling the teams. They're not making money off them. It's more, just something they're community based. Yeah. But I do believe at the AAA level, especially, but probably at some of the younger age, there is always rumors about people buying control of a team. It's more certain age groups. It wouldn't be the whole organization.
But buying some sort of control, like putting yourself on the board.
A certain team. Well, it's more just for that certain team, and then you're maybe controlling who coaches the team or who's on the team. But I think a lot of that is, and a lot of that's, I think, under the table stuff.
And that's like, hey, I'll buy, more ice time, but I'm the general manager. And
it would be say I'm going to buy the U11 Mississauga Senators. And now you're deciding who the coach is and
but who's taking that money? Like, and how much is it? Like, do you have any concept of that?
I have no idea. There's always rumors about it being significant money, but it's under the table. They're actually doing investigations right now. They're trying to clean it up because I think it's not a great look. Personally, I have no problem with it. I think that these things should be bought and sold, and if somebody has the money and wants to spend it in that way, good for them. But I do think at least they're going through the appearances of trying to clean it up. But this has been going on for decades.
Right. Okay. Decades. Yeah, because I know I have a friend of mine who played on a team, and I'm drawing a blank on it, but it was like the JR, or the JW something, and it was a made up, like two guys made up the team, like in the 90s, and it only had like one or two teams of divisions, and he was on it, and then it folded. He told me. Yeah, and it had like a guy's name, like it stood for Joe and Ross or something like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'll find out who it is. I'll find out more about it. But anyway, he was telling me.
But as far as creating your own team, I think it would be pretty difficult to do that for a AAA organization. They tried to do. They were trying to bring in another team a couple years ago, but it was sort of voted down by the other AAA teams.
Oh, they didn't want more.
So they didn't want another one. But
why not?
AA or single A, you probably could start something.
Why would they not want another team? Like, why? Like, that's, why is that? Are they just work?
Well, one thing would be talent pool would be the biggest one. Yeah. There's already teams struggling to field competitive teams at that level. So adding more teams would make it tougher.
Got it. Understood. Okay, right on. Well, Puff, there we go. Buying a team. To the Rink podcast dream crushed a little bit on that one because we were going to I was going to throw an idea at you.
Although if we win the lottery, GCAT, we can throw enough money at them that we'll have some things happening.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll get control. I like it. Okay, Puff, it's time for the rankings. Why everyone listens in. Everyone wants to know how they're doing. The boys in my car were like, hey, when we beat Don Mills, do we move up? They want to know where they stand. Puffy, give us the rankings.
U10.
Okay, so we'll start, as always, U10 AAA. It continues to have G teams in the top 3 spots and 5 of the top 8 overall. The Toronto Marlboros continue to lead the rankings with 13 straight wins, including a 5-1 win over the third-ranked Young Nats Monday night at Westwood Arena. U10 AA has 3 of the top 10 from the G, with the East Enders leading G teams in second spot, just behind the top-ranked Sudbury Wolves. The Ticats are in Whitby this weekend for the Silver Stick tourney. So last week you asked me to sort of add who is leading each one, so I tried to incorporate that for you. So Sudbury Wolves are the top dog at U10 AA.
Or the Wolf.
U10 single A, still waiting for a G team in the top 10. Forest Hill remains the top G team, moving up 4 spots to 32nd. Big game in the West Division tonight with 2nd place and 37th ranked The Attack, meeting the 1st place and 40th ranked Vaughan Rangers. The Talbot Trailblazers from Essex are the top ranked team right now.
Essex, nice.
Yeah, so that's I think near Windsor. Yeah. We play. Barrett's team played their U14 team, and they were very good, very strong. And for a single A team, they were very strong.
U11
AAA still sees the G holding down the top 4 spots and 6 of the top 10. JRC remain in top spot despite suffering a 2-1 loss to the 4th-ranked Vaughan Kings at Scotia Pond. U11 remains with 2 G teams in the top 10, with the Vaughan Panthers now in 4th spot. The Sioux Greyhounds are the class of AA with a ranking point that would put them 21st overall in AAA. So that is a very strong AA team.
Wow.
U11 single A still has no teams from the G in the top 10, with the Leaside Flames falling back 3 spots to 16th. I'm going to struggle in this name. Timiskaming? Does that sound right? Shores Puckhounds. They're from New Liskeard. They're the top spot team. I like the Puckhounds name, though. That's a pretty good one.
Puckhounds. That's a really good. I wonder if they have a hat. The Puckhounds.
I'm sure they do. Yeah.
New Liskeard. That's up there. That's nice.
U12
AAA remains a G-dominated loop, holding the top 5 and 7 of the top 10 spots. Top-ranked North York Rangers, along with 2nd-ranked JRC, 3rd-ranked Toronto Marlboros, and 8th-ranked Don Mills Flyers will take part in the Silver Stick Finals in Whitby this weekend. U12 AA continues to have 5 G teams in the top 10, with Vaughan Rangers moving up to 5th and the Greater Toronto Capitals moving to 7th. The top-ranked Faustina Toros beat 2nd-ranked Mississauga Beasts 3-0 last Friday, and will join the 18th ranked North Toronto in the Whitby Silver Stick this weekend. U12 single A still has 1 GTHL team in the top 10, with the Vaughan Rangers remaining in 10th spot. Mm-hmm. The Mount Bridges Cougars are the top ranked team. Oh, so you know where Mount Bridges is? I did not know.
One of the only times I ever had to call 911 was in Mount Bridges.
Oh, no. What happened?
I was visiting a friend who lived there, long story, and anyway, these guys were kind of picking on their friends, and they tried to surround them, and we were anyway. Long story. We had to call 911 to get the whole thing broken up in Mount Bridges. Actually, we were in Byron, which was just outside of Mount Bridges. But
were these thugs from Mount Bridges?
They're from Byron.
Oh, Byron! You can't trust Byron guys.
I still wouldn't want to meet them today. 30 years later.
That's awesome.
U13
U13 AAA has just 3 teams in the top 10 from the G, but they're in the top 3 spots, with JRC remaining in the top spot. 2nd-ranked Vaughan Kings have a tough sked coming up, playing top-ranked JRC and 3rd-ranked Toronto Marlboros on back-to-back days in early December. U13 AA continues to have just 1 team from the G with in the top 10, with Forest Hill falling back into 10th spot. The top-ranked King Rebellion have played 3 games against G teams, beating 14th-ranked Vaughan Rangers by 1, while tying Forest Hill once and winning the second time by 3-2.
Is that King
G
City?
Teams, King Rebellion. So I'm guessing they're King City. Yeah,
King City. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I know they're in that loop, so that would make sense.
Some good names.
It's a good one. King Rebellion,
another great one. Yeah.
Rather, that's better than just King City.
King Rebellion. Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah, it's like overthrowing the king.
I like it. It's good.
Yeah.
U13 single A still has no teams in the top 10 from the G. Leaside Flames number 1. Now there's 2 Leaside Flames single A teams in that age group. So
of course
there's one that goes by number 1.
Yeah.
Is now the top G team in 39th spot, 1 ahead of West Hill. The Woolwich Wildcats from Elmira
out
are the
that way.
top ranked single A team.
Yeah, nice. There used to be a pub at the university, like near university, called the Woolwich Arms.
Really?
Oh,
I'm sure you popped
wings. Good wings, actually. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
I love a good wing spot.
Yeah, Woolwich Arms in Guelph.
Nice.
U14.
U14 AAA now has the top 4 ranked teams from the G and 7 of the top 10, with the Brantford 99ers the lone non-G team.
Yeah.
Do you think that Wayne Gretzky maybe had an illegitimate child that's a 2010?
Maybe he's the quiet owner.
Yes.
Just throwing some hints out to us.
Exactly. Markham Majors remain in top spot despite losing to the 4th-ranked Don Mills Flyers 3-1 Tuesday night. JRC, Markham, Mississauga Senators, and the Marlboros are all in the Whitby Silver Stick. U14 AA now has 5 teams in the top 10 from in Ontario, with last season's GTHL city champs, the Mississauga Rattlers, entering in 10th spot. Upper Ottawa Valley Aces are in top spot, with the Sioux Greyhounds and Vaughan Rangers close behind.
Nice.
U14 Single A just missed out on a clean sweep of the top 10 spots, with only Lorne Park Clarkson Wild in 10th spot preventing perfection.
That was my team when I was a kid.
Was it?
Well, they didn't. They were separated. It was Lorne Park, and then there was a Clarkson team.
Oh, so they merged.
They merged. I was in the Lorne Park team, but we played a lot at the arena, Cawthra Arena, which was
okay.
Yeah, that's where we played a lot. But and then Clarkson had their own team. But now I've noticed, and I didn't know this until my kids played against them, but Clarkson Lorne Park has merged.
Yes, and they're preventing a clean top 10 for G teams. Change at the top, with the Toronto Eagles now taking over top spot from Forest Hill. U15 AAA continues to have the top 3 and 5 of the top 10 teams from the G, with the Vaughan Kings entering the top 10. Top-ranked JRC did have a tough weekend, suffering a pair of losses in Michigan, one to the Chicago Mission and the other to Honey Baked, our favorite Michigan team.
Yeah, Honey Baked.
U15 AA now has 2 teams in the top 10 from the G, with Vaughan Rangers dropping out of top spot and now sit second, followed closely by the Vaughan Panthers in 4th spot. The Nepean Raiders are the new top team.
The Battle of Vaughan up there, though. Eh?
Yeah, that's
Panthers
2 good Vaughan
Rangers.
teams.
Yeah.
There must be, hopefully there's no trouble at the high schools.
No.
We don't want anyone having to call 911 like GCAP.
Not up in Vaughan.
U15 Single A continues its dominance, holding down 7 of the top 10, with Forest Hill remaining in top spot ahead of Don Mills. Your Ted Reeve had a big week, which included that 3-2 OT win over Don Mills at the Moustache Cup. They've moved up 4 spots and now sit 12.
12. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good. That's good. They'll be happy to hear that.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Just outside the top 10. Let's get them in there.
Well, we have 2 games this weekend, so
if you beat Don Mills Saturday again, I think your chances of getting in that top 10.
We got I believe the Eastenders on Sunday. Yeah,
another big rival.
Your home squad.
Yeah. U16 AAA continues to have 3 of the top 4 and 5 of the top 8 from the G, with the 2nd-ranked Vaughan Kings the top G team. Barrie Colts lead the rankings, having suffered just 1 loss all season and currently have a 19-game winning streak. Wow. Barrie is 3-0 versus G teams this year.
Good for Barrie. An hour from everything.
That's the draft year team, so they must be pretty loaded.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
U16 AA has 2 teams from the G in the top 10. Mississauga Beast are the top-ranked G team in 5th spot. Whitby Wildcats are the top-ranked team and have a 6-1-1 record versus G teams this year.
And are hosting the Silver Stick this weekend, if I listened correctly.
Yes, they are. Nice. And U16 Single A sees the G continue its dominance, holding the top 3 spots in 6 of the top 8. Toronto Eagles moved past North Toronto and are the new number 2 ranked team. Markham Islanders remain in top spot for the 2nd week in a row. And there is the rankings.
So
some movement. Noticeable is there was a wide selection of teams in the top spots, but No one really. There's no organization that's kind of dominating.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
There's ones from all over.
It's kind of it's everywhere. Yeah, it's spread out is what you mean, is what I'm trying to say. So that's great. Yeah, no, that's good. Another busy week. Well, the boys will be happy with their change. Lots of games, lots of tournaments. And I guess how many weeks are there? Like, what week do we end this?
The rankings?
Yeah.
They go right until
the end of the playoffs,
I think the end of May, like end of playoffs and stuff.
They'll go right, and then they go dormant in the summer. Everyone just stays frozen through the summer. Is that how that works?
Yes. Then I think they actually, like, even if you were to play games later, it would still, they wouldn't count. There's like an out date, but it's pretty late.
How does
like,
Puffy feel about that? Do you
it's fine. I don't.
Do you ever challenge these rankings, Puffy?
No, I actually am a very firm believer in the rankings. I know people say no, but I think by the time you roll in that new year, they are pretty consistent.
I would like to know, we should have the person on who is responsible for all the data collection, who spits these numbers out.
Well, that would be the data collection's done by like volunteers, right? Parents.
Right, but then someone has to kind of go into it and be like, okay, this is the rankings based on our formulas.
Yeah, they definitely, the guy who runs the site came up with the formula.
Right. We should talk to him. Can we have him? Yeah, we should. Do you know him?
I do not know him, but I might be able to track him down.
info@minorhockeyrankings.com, I'm sure is his email.
Yeah. He's just there. He's waiting.
He's waiting to come on the pod.
But whenever I've had questions, they've been pretty quick. Them and Live Barn are pretty quick to get back to me. Yeah. I had a couple more arena suggestions for Live Barn.
Did you send it to them? Yeah, did you ask them to come on the pod at all?
I did ask them. I'm waiting.
Any response?
Not to that. For the arena suggestions, very quick.
Yeah. We'd love to have someone from the G. I've sent them a couple notes, but haven't heard back from them either. I'd like to interview someone from the G. That would be nice to do.
And we should maybe think about trying to get a referee on.
Yeah, I would love to get a referee on. Now, I've had contact with a couple through some friends, but I don't know. I think we have to find a retired referee first.
Oh, are they not allowed to speak?
Well, I think they're nervous if they, is what I understood, that they don't want to say anything that would maybe put their refereeing, career in jeopardy. Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah,
we don't want to get anyone in trouble.
No, but we're lighthearted. We're not drilling too deep here.
Well, I was going to say Happy Thanksgiving to you. This is the real Thanksgiving today. This is the one. I'm a big fan of the U.S. Thanksgiving. I think it's closing in quickly on Christmas is the best holiday that we have.
We don't have it, though. We don't have it.
No, but we have it in North America.
Canadians. Right. Well, you're controversial statement made, because I think some people love that Thanksgiving is in October. And to be honest, up until now, I was a big believer that our Thanksgiving was better.
Oh my God, you couldn't be more wrong.
We got a little break in October, and then you get to sort of live on the peripheral on the American one. So you kind of get one and a half.
My proposal would be that we just move our Thanksgiving to the American one, jump on board, and then we change that second Monday in October to National Minor Hockey Day. And it's a national holiday. Minor hockey season starts off that day. Kids don't go to school, prepare for their big game, and we flood the rinks and we have a good time.
Really good to bring that.
Still get the holiday, and then we jump on board with this one.
Okay, well, listen. Now that the way you've painted that picture for me, I can get behind that. But I guess I would want, before I my full commitment behind it, I do not really fully understand the total history. I mean, I do understand the idea of Thanksgiving and why we have Thanksgiving, but why ours is in October and the U.S. is in November, I don't know. And
I don't think it's.
I want to know that before I
don't think there's any religious ties or anything truly important.
Historical, cultural ties, some sort of like national thing. Anyway, okay, well, listen, let us know what you guys think. Thanksgiving now and Minor Hockey Day in October.
Minor Hockey Day in October.
Well, listen, the G, if you're listening, which I believe you are, why don't you get behind that? This could be something we could align on, and we could help push. Yeah. So, Puff, if we're coming to the end, what's your pump up song this week? Do you have a pump up song?
I do. On the heels of Green Day crushing their performance at the Grey Cup, did you watch it?
Yes. Well, I watched the halftime and the back half.
Another great Grey Cup as always. They don't disappoint. I went with a classic Green Day song, Welcome to Paradise. It gets you fired up. It's a catchy tune. They crush it every time. So that's my. I don't know if the kids would know it, but I think a few turns in the old jukebox and they'd be on board.
Jukebox. You're really dating yourself on that one, but okay.
I think I dated myself with Green Day as well.
No, Green Day. No, not at all. My kids know Green Day. So my song this week is a song I heard just by chance over the weekend at the Moustache Cup that I just was like, oh yeah, this is a great song. I'm going to capture it. And I don't know much about the band, which is also a little bit surprising as I love music, is Panic at the Disco. I know they're big. Don't know much about them, though. Their song High Hopes. That's a great song.
Oh, good song.
That song. It always gets me feeling good. I like that song a lot. So, and this just oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say that High Hopes song was very highly played in my car on the way to games maybe 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah, was it? Yeah, it's a good song. It's a good one. So this just in, we got some news on why Canada has Thanksgiving. The main factors choosing that date is that the harvest tends to arrive earlier than it does in America. And it is also used as the last push to get people outdoors before the winter sets in. In terms of how the Canadians actually celebrate, there is not a great deal of difference between us and America. So makes sense. We're more north. Our harvests are shorter. So we wanted Thanksgiving as a celebration of the end of the harvest, celebrating the harvest. Makes sense.
That's old-timey stuff. That's like
we get winter a little sooner. So
we don't need to follow those rules anymore. No one talks about the harvest anymore.
If that's true, what we found on our quick staff research, I can get behind it. That's fine. Yeah. I think it's fine. There's nothing sort of overly breaking in that if we change. So I can get Minor Hockey Day in October. We celebrate Thanksgiving with the Americans. I'm down.
Let's do it.
Yeah, I don't know if the turkey supply chain can keep up. They'll have to.
Oh, it can.
Yeah, you think so? Okay.
Freeze those bad boys.
Nice. All right. Well, Puff, that's this week. Thanks for joining, everybody. Please listen, share, follow wherever you can. Stoff, again, appreciate you doing this with us. Everyone have a great week with hockey. We'll see you soon.
And enjoy the football today.
Oh, yeah. Happy Thanksgiving.